two outside hitters.
And what you'll hear from Coach Sheffield too, fearless, as Chacoin gets things underway here in West Lafayette. Big dig by Skimmerhorn. One more. And Eva Hudson perfectly placed snap down the line.
You think about it, you know, this match is going to be a long match if Purdue continues those digs. Just two in that rally in the first point of the match, and Eva Hudson finds that shot down the line to end it.
When you look at blocks, when you look at digs, Purdue, one of the most solid, dependable defenses in the Big Ten. Chacoin has been solid at the service line throughout this season as well. First swing for Orzel, and right there is Skimmerhorn. Taylor Anderson, the slide, and slamming it down is Myers. Exactly how this offense wants to run.
You know, we talked about her defensively, just watching her footwork on the blocking, but how about the footwork on the slide attack, finding that seam to put that ball away.
You alluded to it in the open, the great story that she is, plagued by injury her first two seasons here in West Lafayette, and taking advantage of all the playing time she's seeing this year. Anderson goes to Hudson, and there will be a violation on Wisconsin. Another point to Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue is starting off really strong in this rotation, which is rotation 5, which they normally start in. They get Eva Hudson up there at the top, Devin Robinson and Carter Booth up there.
And on that replay,
with the net, right?
Can see the net moving there. Chacoin, so much firepower behind that serve. Wisconsin into the net offensively, and the run continues for Purdue.
Yeah, nice 4-0 run right here for Purdue, coming out hot right away tonight.
This Wisconsin team coming off a 4-set loss to Penn State, just their second loss in Big Ten play, hit a season low 176, so still adjusting to life without Smrek. And here they get out of system. Anderson going to the hot hand, which is Hudson, and she goes off speed to drop it in.
One thing that she does really well is just change up her shots, but her team is giving her that opportunity with those good touches at the net, which turns into a dig transition game.
5-0 as you look at Smrek wearing her zip up on the bench. Anderson behind her head, well done, but kept up by the Badgers. Make it 6-0 Boilers to start set number 1, and a timeout called by the 4-time defending Big Ten champions in Kelly Sheffield. An electric start. Have not been able to force Chloe Chacoin off the service line to start. The first time these two teams met, it went 4 sets, but Purdue dominated the second set, forced Wisconsin to negative 0-29 hitting. They got blocked 9 times, and they're starting dominant here before Chacoin finally does miss out of bounds.
Right, well, that's one way to stop the bleeding, right? A serving error by Purdue. Boy, they really had them on the run. Wisconsin's rotation 1, you know, not an easy rotation to get out of, but unfamiliar territory for the Badgers.
Out of bounds as well, and an attack there for Wisconsin. Not very often that you see those kind of errors from this team. Just one here early. They're a team used to hitting over 300, and you see that the only team to hold Wisconsin to a negative hitting percentage. Out the middle, Carter Booth. Nothing you can do to stop that.
No, and the nice thing about Carter Booth too, she identifies who's in front of her. She had a double that time. So her only shot was to hit crossbody towards, you know, the right back position. So she's got that fast arm. She's going to be able to put that ball away.
How fun is it to see her and Booth face to face across the net? Two incredibly physical athletes. Sarah Franklin finally getting a swing, and she's able to register the kill.
Yeah, Sarah Franklin is their go-to for Wisconsin. You're going to see her all over the court tonight. Left side, really coming in strong with that cross-court angle.
Coming off a career-high 59 swings, having an outstanding season, putting up middle blocker kind of numbers. Speaking of, Raven Colvin able to get it down.
Yeah, nice job by Raven Colvin, identifying that set was a little too low. She's got a high jump. So if her arm comes around late, or if she's late to the setter for that quick attack, she just drops her elbow and makes sure she clips the middle blocker on the other side.
The freshman Taylor Anderson, this line. Going back up the middle. This time, Caroline Crawford gets the point for Wisconsin.
Yeah, the one stable factor is a middle this whole time for Wisconsin. It has been Caroline Crawford, and she plays along the front row. She'll go back to serve, and she adds a lot defensively for this team.
Experience as well. It always feels like she is one of the anchors of this team. Off the middle, it is Colvin once more, but kept up by Guchtikin. Anderson looking now to Hudson as she tries to go down the line. Nice dig by Skimmerhorn, and from the back row, Chacoin with a blast. Tooling it off the block, Sarah Franklin.
Yeah, it was a good rally on both sides. A lot of patience shown by Wisconsin, digging that backcourt attack by Chacoin. Gigi back there playing in the libero position. No stranger for her as well. She was a libero for the Badgers.
MJ Hamill leaves that one short. And Kenna Woolard can't get that to fall. Point to Wisconsin.
Well, she put some heat on that ball. I think she was hoping to hit some hands somewhere. Some hands up there by the Badgers.
Another freshman seeing a lot of time for the Boilermakers. We talked about Chloe Chacoin, but both her and Grace Heaney really stepping up for this top 20 ranked team. And an ace. Wisconsin getting back into this one. They were down 6-0.
And Purdue likes to use their middles right now, especially when they're passing well. Raven Colvin has already gotten a lot of attempts.
Wisconsin looking poised here at Holloway. And that will land out. Maybe a little bit of a close call there, but back.
Well, the serving game has been very interesting for both of these teams. Wisconsin, you'll see them kind of yo-yo. Sometimes they'll serve short, deep. Purdue is known for short.
Hudson targeting Guchtikin. Franklin had to make an adjustment and is still able to find space.
And that was her only shot, right? Cross court. If you go outside the antenna, the defense should know she's going to hit cross court. Just reaches high with that snap. Chacoin almost floats out way too far in that antenna to make a difference.
Colvin gets another swing. That's working for the Boilermakers.
What a high reach, too. She didn't need to put a lot of heat on that ball. She just makes sure she gets up in front of her setter. Good transition, one-on-one.
Colvin just 3 airs. Her last 46 swings coming in. She's really found the switch offensively. Tammy Thomas-Ailara into the game for Wisconsin. Orzel brings a lot of heat, ripping it cross court.
Yeah, smart by Orzel, really going after Raven Colvin too. Raven's back there for a reason. She serves, she'll run up and play defense. Orzel recognizes it and goes sharp cross court.
Her 6th start at outside hitter, of which we were introduced to her last year when she was all Big Ten second team as an outside. One of the great ones in this conference, and she can do everything. Lourdes Myers drops it in from the middle too. That's really going well for the Boilers right now.
Right now, Purdue is passing well. They're getting those touches on the block, able to dig transitions so they can set their middles, and that's what they know they need in order to beat number 3 team, Wisconsin.
5 of their 8 kills as a team from their middle blockers, Myers and Colvin so far. There's that big swing from Temi Thomas-Ailara.
Well, Temi has played opposite before, not for the Badgers, but she's played opposite for Northwestern. So she knows what she needs to do. She still gets the same tempo ball as Devin Robinson does, so nothing too different. Obviously a little lower than Smrek, but she's got a nice swing over there on that right side attack.
And that is the versatility of this Wisconsin team on display, the number 3 team in the country. In the back row, it is Eva Hudson putting it down.
Well, she knows how to float, that's for sure. Nice hang time by Eva Hudson. She gets up there, big, strong approach by that 10-foot line, sees the block in front of her, makes sure she goes cross-body, finds that open spot.
Chloe Chicoine helped key that 6-0 start by Purdue to start this first set. Hudson, big rip, and a point to Wisconsin though. Another look at that block. Carter Booth with her swing. Devin Robinson is denied, and Purdue fired up in front of their home crowd.
Sure know to get this gold crowd fired up by the strong blocking by Purdue. Eva Hudson, not only offensive powerhouse for Purdue, but she can add those blocks in there as well.
Carter Booth, Chicoine can't get there. Wisconsin, so many weapons throughout this season as Booth goes to the bench. In the front row, Robinson, Franklin, and Crawford. And another ace for the Badgers, and there's the giant hug from Gooch to Kid.
You've seen that from time to time, right?
So she's ready for it by this point in the season.
That's a great serve. Wisconsin is really up their serving game this season. Very strong from that back line.
Chicoine had to readjust. And Franklin crushes it.
Good defensive effort by the Badgers to put that ball right on the money. If you move their setter into that position where they're in front of the 10-foot line, Sarah Franklin just needs a 2-step to get up and put that ball away. I don't think I've ever seen anybody, Sloan, in the nation could do what she does by not taking a full approach.
Raven Colvin, her 3rd kill on 5 swings. May you bring up a good point. We talk about Sarah Franklin. Of course, we know her range, we know her vision, but the athleticism it takes to just make it happen under less than ideal circumstances. And she continues to do it.
And Purdue is putting pressure on her. They're almost forcing her to hit line because they don't want to dig that cross court or that sharp angle they know so well. She's kind of hitting right into their defense right now, and they're struggling to take care of it.
5 kills, 7 swings so far, and a couple of digs. For someone who you can make a really great argument as Big Ten Player of the Year. In fact, that man Dave Shondell says that'd be my pick, Sarah Franklin. Raven Colvin gets another swing. Hamill goes to Franklin, and she's unstoppable right now.
And that cross-court swing, reach high with that thumb down. She's able to place that ball in front of the 10-foot line. Does a 2-step gather, great backswing, but she reaches so high and she can place the ball, Sloan. She can place it and put power on it. It's a double whammy.
Special skills.
It's very special.
Wisconsin unfazed by their slow start. Off the slide, it is Colvin who is able to put it down.
That was very sneaky by Colvin too. You see her reach high with her hitting a nice approach, comes off 1 foot. You don't know if she's gonna place it deep in that back corner. She just tops it right off in the 10-foot line for that kill.
Caroline Crawford gets it down once more.
Trading the same points, right? Those tips in front of the 10-foot line, those light touches. Defensively, you have to have your feet stopped. You have to read, react, anticipate, and try to get a touch on that ball.
Franklin, she gets an ace. Wisconsin's got 3 in this first set alone. And they lead by 3. Once trailing.
Pressure off that left side pin. Right now, they're doing pretty well with Franklin scoring.
Colvin, what an athletic move. Gets it over. Anderson to Chacoin, a blast, but picked up by the Badgers. And then it is Franklin putting it away.
Gigi back there doing her thing, making sure her platform is down and low for that attack. And what happens next? Well, you know it. We got somebody up there scoring in that middle position, Sarah Franklin.
Franklin into the net. She had been able to get Wisconsin on a roll, back to a 3-point difference. Raven Colvin to serve. For the first time ever, the Big Ten Player of the Week. Defensive Player of the Week, very accustomed to. Player of the Week. Capping off a great season that she has had. She gets the bump set to Chacoin. Thomas Ilara, and then dug by Hudson. Great look, but a point to Wisconsin. Chacoin couldn't keep it in bounds.
And she likes those flat balls too. As an outside hitter, she's somebody that doesn't want to wait for that set. She likes that flat tempo ball. She runs right into it, and she's able to get that arm up nice and fast.
Wisconsin the first to 20 in set 1. Chacoin wants another crack at it, and that time hammers it down.
And she changes her shot, so she doesn't go back to tipping that deep line, which was open, and she just missed the time before. She goes for that deep edge, cross court, that power angle. Sarah Franklin is up too shallow in the middle in order to dig.
It's been so fun to see this year, the confidence she's walked in with amongst the top freshmen, not just in the Big Ten, but in the country. Chacoin had to make a big readjustment, but still gets the kill.
That was a big point for Purdue. Out of system, off balance. She gets this kill by sheer grit. You know, Chacoin had about, I think, 14 kills last time they played Purdue. Eva Hudson had 18 kills. Those two were the only big-time performers in that last match. She's no stranger to hitting at a high clip against the top level of the Big Ten teams.
And they want that moment, the two of them. Since Chacoin stepped onto campus, they've made each other better. Eva Hudson knew, coming off a Big Ten Freshman of the Year campaign, hey, I have to raise my game even more. And they both have benefited each other. Skimmerhorn looking for Chacoin. And Orzel can't quite snap it down.
She really wants that line shot too, and she put a little spin on it. Good thing by Purdue in order to make Izzy Ashburn dig that first contact in a 6-2. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure those setters are digging that first ball so it gets the Badgers out of system.
Orzel 1 for 7. Still takes regular swings at practice. Good save by Skimmerhorn. Here's Robinson, the solo block. Hudson says no.
Wow, it got really loud in here right after that block. Hands forward, her feet are stopped. She turns it back in. One-on-one opportunity, huge point for Purdue.
All-American versus All-American right at the net. Orzel denied. She gets another look. Looking for the touch. She's got it. And the block part.
No, the block is set up, so it gives their outside hitters right now the line.
The call is confirmed.
It is confirmed. And they do have a different angle. They have some different video that we're not able to see.
So it remains a kill by Julia Orzel. Hudson is rejected. Booth, Robinson in on the stop. Timeout called by Coach Shondell of Purdue, with Wisconsin inching ever closer to set point. Top 4 national seed to host the first 2 weekends, and Purdue aiming for a top 16 seed as well. Would be a big win on either side. A huge dig by Chacoin. Franklin gets another swing. Hudson tools it off the block, and Purdue keeping up the battle.
No, I love how Eva Hudson gives credit to where credit's due. Look at this layout by Chacoin with that right arm stab. A lot of patience by the block to set it up perfectly for Eva Hudson in the end.
Franklin goes from serve receive to attacking. And a back row blast from Chacoin. Devin Robinson over the block, and it was not touched. A point to Purdue. You can see how fired up Raven Colvin was on that play.
Oh, we can see her facial expression all the way through. A true leader on this team. She has really stepped up.
Wisconsin. Skipper Horn off the tape. And Sarah Franklin, how did she see that spot?
Because she finds a way. And that's what great outside hitters do for their team, especially somebody, that's getting over 30% of the sets for her team. She has to. She's put herself on the line for this team.
Set point, Badgers. And a point to Wisconsin. And they overcome a 6-0 deficit to start to come out victorious and go up 1. Tied for 3rd in the standings at the Boilermakers, with that tiebreaker taking the season series. Ashburn gets it into play in set 2. And Wisconsin starting off with the denial of Florida's Myers.
Well, they like this start better, right? They're still, both teams are starting in the rotations they started in last set. We got row 1 for the Badgers and row 4 or 5 right now for Purdue.
Izzy Ashburn, so lethal at the service line, gets Wisconsin's 4th ace this match. Anderson goes to Chacoin. Wisconsin looking to get Robinson going, has not registered a kill just yet, but she will make this stop defensively for you.
Well, right now Robinson is struggling as far as hitting, but boy, she's turning on the heat in the blocking department, reads it well, takes a nice short move, gets up, put those hands over. Not a lot of options for Chloe Chacoin.
This is a rotation. Wisconsin feels like it can go on a run. There it is. Izzy Ashburn, another ace, and that's 5.
Yeah, Izzy Ashburn is no stranger to this back baseline and serving these aces up. Was a serving specialist for many years for Wisconsin, and the reason why she was back there as a serving specialist is because she can serve short, then deep, then short again.
She's not strayed from sharpening that skill by any means. From the back row, it is Hudson getting the side out.
Yeah, and they'll go to Hudson too whenever they need that side out. They're going to find her out of the backcourt. She goes right up the pipe, right up the middle, but sometimes she goes behind the setter as well.
Hudson 6 kills, 2nd on the floor behind Sarah Franklin's 8. in the first set alone. Ashburn looks to Franklin. She delivers a blast. On the slide is Myers. She really had nowhere to go there, but a point to Purdue anyway.
Yeah, Myers going to go off 1 foot behind the setter when the setter's in the front row so they can split the block. Caught Orgel off guard. Orgel floated a little bit. But hey, you know, somebody that hasn't blocked in a long time, she's still doing a nice job up there offensively.
Yeah, you think about that transition just from an offensive perspective. But a good point about playing in the front row once more. All out effort from Chicoine. And Booth quiets the crowd.
It was a great rundown on Purdue's side to get that ball out of the student section over there, but Carter Booth is up there. She's ready to go. Puts that attack away fast.
Anderson, well done. The freshman can look for her offense.
Yeah, you know, she's a strong setter up there, a great blocking setter. Offensively, she doesn't have a lot of numbers right now, but I can see her for her future getting stronger in that category.
Franklin unloading.
Yeah, thank you, Izzy Ashburn, with a one-hand set. She was happy about that one. Getting Sarah Franklin up nice and high, too. Boy, look at that rip right in front of Eva Hudson.
Guchtikin, and another ace. That is 6 for Wisconsin, 0 for Purdue.
Just relentless on that back line. They just go for it.
And there's the ace hug again.
Yeah, she finds her friend Ashburn.
Hey, when you grow up not being able to contribute offensively at all, playing overseas, you gotta celebrate every ace you get. Robinson tries to slam it down. She registers the point for the Badgers.
The Badgers do a nice job being physical at the net. We all know by looking at them how physical they are, but you have to be that way at the net.
Timeout called. Wisconsin leading by 5. A strong start to set number 2. Live from Columbus tomorrow only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. What a block by Crawford. She read that so well.
She didn't have to move. She stood there and put her arms up, and I think Chloe was just trying to power your way through. And sometimes that works. Sometimes if you put some muscle behind it, you're going to find some weak arms. Not in Crawford's case.
Well, she was braced and ready for the heat coming her way. Hudson, beautiful swing and a lot of heat behind that.
A lot, and she just powers through. She passes up the block, still puts some topspin on the ball. She's telling her teammates right now, let's go. We have some work to do, and it starts with Eva Hudson putting that first kill down.
Well, Chicoine hitting negative right now. Hudson over 300, and she's got a team high 7 kills so far.
Coleman, again, kind of goes right back at Crawford. Doesn't have to move too much. She takes one step in, but what she does a nice job is she reaches those long arms in and presses over.
Sarah Franklin getting the swing of Wisconsin's offense. Beautiful dig by Guchtikin, and finding this space is Colvin. She has found this spark at the end of the season offensively.
Get the momentum going, and it starts with some good serving back there on that baseline, a couple digs here and there, but again, opportunity for Colvin to be strong and physical at the net.
Colvin 5 kills on 10 airless swings. Nice block set up by the Purdue Boilermakers. Franklin takes advantage that time, but it will be Purdue Franklin couldn't find the floor.
Well, the net was in her way, right? She used the tape. It didn't work to her advantage that time.
4-0 run for the Boilermakers. Franklin getting a lot of swings. This time, tools it perfectly.
Yeah, last time she went cross court. This time she turned it around and hit line, was able to take advantage of Kenna Woolard up there. 10 kills right now for Sarah Franklin, only 1 error.
She's taken 10 swings more than Devin Robinson behind her. Carrying a big load. We saw it earlier on with our IFS advanced stat. Over a third of this team's swings over the last 2 matches and extending here into the third without any scrap. Point to Wisconsin as they get Purdue out of system.
Yeah, perfect 3-point pass by Skimmerhorn back there. She does a nice job in serve receive. Just not a lot of connection right now between Taylor Anderson and Raven Colvin in front of the setter.
Kind of Woolard has that turned back. And then it lands. Point to Purdue.
Purdue needed that point. Needed to get on that run. We see him use the tape. Cece Crawford looking for that ball, just not able to play it on Sarah Franklin's part.
Thomas Ilara flipping it over with the left hand. Excellent dig by the setter Hamill. Coin going off speed, but read by Ozol. And Thomas Ilara, one of the sharpest swings you will see.
Yeah, good out-of-system ball for Temi, nice and high inside, so she can pass up the block. She really accelerates on her spike approach and forces the defense to go in front.
That's something she's had to adjust to this season as a Badger, not only getting fewer swings, no longer 1,000 to 1,200 per season, but getting those out-of-system looks. Kelly Sheffield says often having to take out the trash, so to speak. And that time registers yet another kill.
All right, 2 positive plays right in a row for Temi. Left side, then right side.
That's very positive to see for Temi coming off a match in which she accumulated 6 errors. And it's been up and down for her, but you know she is someone that you want on the floor and filling in big here at right side. Woolard has to readjust. Ball momentarily lost. Raven Colvin whips it down.
Again, being very patient for Purdue defensively, just putting that ball up in play, waiting for the right time for that connection. Raven Colvin does a nice job of finding the space.
6 kills for her. Complementing her defense with her offense, continuing in this match. Chacoin denied at the net, but she gets the upper hand.
She sure did. Something we saw them work on at practice, the joust, and be able to take that ball sometimes on the other side of the net or on your side of the net and push it down.
Yeah, she might be a generous 5'10", but she is going to give you everything she's got and meet you right at the top. Orzel lines up and is denied. Then goes down the line. She's got it that time.
She's on the ground. After she swings, she's been on the ground. She pops back up, able to do a nice transition ball and find the line for that kill.
3 kills for Orzel. Wisconsin in this set hitting .227. Lourdes Myers this time up the middle, and that's a tandem that has just been so hard to stop.
I like how Taylor Anderson is setting her high. It forces her to use her reach and she can tip the ball. Sometimes if you set your middles too low, they're not able to get a good swing, nor are they able to drop their elbow and get a tip.
Thomas Ilara Whole lot of heat on that swing. And that falls for Chicoine. It was off speed there.
It was off speed. The ball is coming. The ball is in front of her when she attacks, but her arm is coming around house, so it's hard for the defense to see what she's going to do.
Carter Booth says we can score up the middle too.
Oh, I love it too. And Carter Booth really shows she opens up to her setter. It's almost, you know, saying to MG Hamill, hey, I'm here, why don't you set me? Even when that ball is low, Carter still finds a way to attack. Middles just have to be open, up, and available.
Chicoine tries to go over the block. Great effort by Franklin. And Purdue will pick up the points.
Defensively right now, the Badgers are getting balls. Purdue's getting balls. Look at that sideways block by Carter Booth on her way down. Orgel's trying to find hands up there, just didn't cut it this time.
Orgel, and the stop by the freshman setter, Anderson. An exclamation point on that.
You said it, Sloan. This is why she adds value to this team, not only in the setting department, but in the blocking. 0.8 blocks per set, the #1 setter in the Big Ten for blocks per set.
Orgel working in little space, gets it over. Robinson off the bump set, she's into the antenna, a point to the Boilermakers, and we're tied at 15. On the slide, it is Robinson. Orgel is stuffed. Lourdes Myers making her presence known at the net. 4-0 run for the Boilermakers. And getting Wisconsin out of system. At the net, sent down by Anderson, and the Boilers, they'll take that point.
Yeah, those second contact balls, Wisconsin works on a lot. And here's a good reason why they have to. I mean, you run that ball down, you've got to put that ball up high enough and away from the net so your hitter can get a nice swing on it.
5-0 scoring run for Purdue. And another denial, Lourdes Myers. Look at what she's doing.
And Wisconsin's going to do anything right now to get their middles involved. A double quick in front of the setter.
This is a Purdue team and their 4-set win over Michigan State, tying a season high with 16 blocks. And it's working for them to build points too. They are on a 6-0 scoring run at the moment, and Chicoine continues at the service line. Up the middle, Carter Booth, that is tough to stop. And a quick way to eat into this run.
Yeah, nice job by Izzy Ashburn delivering a ball that really wasn't a perfect pass. It was a good enough pass so she can feed it to Carter Booth. Exactly what they needed to do, and I'm sure they talked about it in their timeout.
On the slide, side, it is Myers. She's doing everything for the Boilers.
And that was fast, too. Not only was it a great serve by the Badgers, they were able to handle it, Purdue, with a nice pass up, but delivering a nice flat and fast ball up there for Lourdes Myers to clip Sarah Franklin.
6 kills for Myers, taking command of this role this season in West Lafayette. Wisconsin responds with another kill. They're within 2.
Yeah, and Sarah Franklin, you know, that's somebody that they needed, the Badgers need up there in that front row right now. They needed to get out of that rotation 1 that they struggled with actually all night.
Gochtikin goes long.
They've relied on her heavily back there too with all the aces and just getting Purdue out of system.
Purdue the first to 20. And that will send the freshman Anderson to the service line. Franklin off the block. Hudson terminates with authority.
If you give her a seam, she's gonna take it. She sees it, you know why? She keeps that ball in front of her. She does a great job of releasing, getting her transition game all the way back so she accelerates, keeps the ball in front of her, and she can see the defense.
Crawford gets her swing up the middle. Long set to Hudson and kept up by the Badgers, but putting it away is the freshman Wooler.
Purdue has really picked up the pace of play right now, speeding things up, setting fast to the pins.
Franklin, a lot of heat on that swing, and it lands out of bounds. Wisconsin looking to make a charge, but it looks like there was a net violation there indeed. (22-18) is Purdue's lead after that whistle. Thomas Ilara, a big rip right when Wisconsin needed it.
A lot of space, a lot of time for her to deal with that. Great dig by Gigi on that line, very solid, stopped her feet. Perfect pass up, textbook play by the Badgers.
Woolard finishes strong.
Not a normal spot for her on that left side pin, but does a nice job identifying that line is open just outside of Temi's right hand.
Thomas Ilara off the bump set. Woolard once more. She tools it off the block. She's the hot hand right now. The freshman getting set point.
The confidence. Love it.
That is what defines this Purdue team. Youth, but swagger. Thomas Ilara misfires, and Purdue evens it up at home. Chloe Chacoin starts set 3 here at Holloway. Second contact almost not there. Hudson has to muscle it over. Off the slide, Lourdes Myers, a lot of success in the second set with that play for Purdue. The back row, it is Chacoin who can't get it to drop just yet. All-out effort by the Badgers, and prevailing is the Boilermakers.
was just waiting and waiting. That ball crossed over the plane of the net. How many times? Like 6 or 7 times. Devin Robinson laying out. And a couple of those rallies. Izzy Ashburn just not able to put that ball high enough for the Badgers to extend it.
Chloe Chacoin, even though she's not racking up aces, coming off a match in which she had 4, but she has been so steady to just keep points rolling at the start of each set. Sarah Franklin finds the line.
I don't know, I'm speechless sometimes when it comes to Sarah Franklin. I love watching her play. She plays the game so beautifully. And that's why she's going to be that player of the year, I believe, for the Big Ten.
I wish the audience could have seen you just look at me, shake your head, because sometimes there are few words with the talent she's got. And a point to Purdue as that ball goes awry for the Badgers.
I really think Purdue has just really stepped up their whole level of play. Their pace of play is so much faster than it was in that first set.
Skimmer Horn serving now. Sarah Franklin looking for that line. She keeps it in once more.
Deep along the edges, over the block. Defensively, there's not a lot that Purdue can do with this ball. The front row dictates what the back row is going to do. Chloe Chacoin lined up right outside of Raven Colvin's hand, exactly what she needs to do. Great kill by Sarah Franklin.
Just 1 error on 32 swings. The first meeting between these two teams, 22 kills, just 2 errors, 39 swings. Coach Shondell says, we're going to defend her differently this time. But she just keeps putting up video game numbers.
And the great thing about this conference, Sloan, is that the outside hitters, they get to watch each other and mimic each other. You just saw Eva Hudson up there. Okay, you know, Sarah Franklin, this is what she can do. All right, I'm gonna put one up on her. I'm gonna hit and turn that one line. Eva Hudson, we're gonna be talking about her when she's a junior next year about being in that Player of the Year conversation.
Another point for Purdue, keeping it rolling here early, leading by 2. But you're right, Liz, she's on pace to reach 1,000 kills, to be the earliest to do it in the rally scoring era.
That's a great thing about women's volleyball right now. You can watch so much and learn so much for these young players. You couldn't do that when I played. You couldn't watch volleyball at all. I had to wait to the Olympics to watch it. Now you can turn on the television, you got everything streamed. You can really take notes and learn.
And you should be watching. That is
right.
what the message should be to up-and-coming athletes, to high school athletes, club athletes, that look at the players who are the best, who you want to be. That's where your attention should be. Eva Hudson, my goodness, unleashing the heat.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, left side, right side pin. But great job by Purdue. You know, Taylor Anderson giving her a one-on-one opportunity so she can put that ball away easily.
Orzel was able to tool it off the block, and she needed that. It's been a little bit of a struggle for her. Had been hitting negative before that swing.
She is hitting negative, and she falls down quite a lot. I know everyone's talking about this. She's putting a lot of effort and a lot of heat into the ball, but if you notice her feet, she's swinging high above her head where her swings are not in front of her, so she's gonna land awkwardly every time.
Orzel tries to flip it over. From the back row, it is Eva Hudson going off speed.
That back row option is excellent choice for Purdue, especially when they don't like anybody in the front row and that out-of-system play. They're going to shove it to Eva Hudson, and she's either going to take a rip at it or she likes that tip right over the block.
Pretty successful either way.
Right.
Thomas Ilara whips it down the line.
There's was hard to see. That was really fast. That was a great fast arm by Temi. She saw those hands in front of her and took advantage of it. That's the risk-taking that you need. You find those hands and push.
And a good bounce back for her so far. 5 kills, 11 swings, hitting .273. Just what Wisconsin needs from the right side without Anna Smrek for the 3rd straight match. Off the overpass. It is Muller. Chacoin now off the block, but it is Wisconsin with the denial.
Skimmerhorn laid that ball nice and high for Chacoin, a little too tight, because look who's in front of her. Really strong block of Carter Booth and Devin Robinson. Not a lot of space for her to hit around. I would say in those situations, sometimes you don't want to hit strong. You want to tip it into the block and play it back yourself. But somebody like Carter Booth, though, with those hands way over the net, she's just going to push that ball down.
That's sometimes part of the development, right, is having that sense of when to just get it over, put it on the defense, whether to take that big rip.
And outside hitters, they need to cover themselves.
Orzel takes a big wind, and she is stuffed. No surprise, Myers in the play again.
Yeah, those blocking numbers keep climbing higher and higher with those two. Taylor Anderson puts on the brakes with that right foot and pushes those hands right towards the center of the court.
That was Anderson getting the biggest piece of it as Ellie Hornung goes into the net. We talked about just how good of a blocker Taylor Anderson is, and we know how well-rounded setters have to be right now.
They do, their skill set, but also they have to be the quarterback on the team. They have to lead the charge.
Sarah Franklin goes off hands. And Franklin again using that back line. She's got another kill.
Yeah, along the edges too. If we did her shot chart right now and seeing all the areas where she scored, it's going to be peppered along this end line.
15 kills, hitting .412. You can call them middle blocker numbers, video game numbers. That's what she's doing on a night in, night out basis. Franklin once more, diving in is Chacoin. She's had some huge digs tonight. Big kills done by Carter Booth. Yeah. No answer.
Great dig transition too by the Badgers, doing what they do so well, controlling the ball and spreading the offense out.
Seems like whenever Wisconsin needs something, Booth has been able to just slam it down. Quickly up the middle. Once more for Myers and picked up by the Badgers. And Carter Booth coming up big again.
Yeah, it's a great spot to set her too. She's away from the middle blocker, gets her away from Myers right there, straight up in the middle, makes her move a little bit more towards that that gap position, and she's able to swing cross body.
4-0 run for Wisconsin. But a service error. The 5th of the game for the Badgers. So that will send Chacoin back to the service line. No aces for Purdue so far. Carter Booth once more with power. That's 3 straight for her.
You got to protect the moneymaker too. Hornung up there, got a nice little shock, and that's how fast it was delivered right back at her face. It's because of the 3-point pass. Perfect execution back there and serve receive to deliver that ball for Carter Booth.
Eva Hudson. Good effort by Ashburn to keep it alive. Franklin. Hudson once more down the line. We are seeing everything in her arsenal today.
We're seeing a lot of great volleyball tonight. Defensively, I'm really impressed by both these teams, but in the end, the patience of Eva Hudson finding the court for that big kill.
6 kills already in this set for Eva Hudson. Hudson awkwardly, doesn't matter.
And that's a great hit for all those young hitters out there to watch. As an outside hitter, yeah, you want to bang, bang and put that ball down, but you want to be able to deliver a nice off speed, and she does that so well over those very tall blockers.
Taking over set 3. Skimmerhorn and then Chicoine. They deserve that one.
Oh my, we're gonna remember this play. Cece Crawford goes up for the kill, but look at that layout. And off speed, that beach angle for Eva Hudson finds the court.
Hudson gets hands. Crawford, he's gonna find the space going cross court.
Yeah, she's a workhorse too. I'm watching her transition every time. She does not bail. She's back there on the 10-foot line, ready for her spike approach every time the setter gets her hands on those balls.
4 kills, hitting .375. And always that dependable outlet for this offense. Raven Colvin responds right back. That puts Purdue up by 1 in a back-and-forth third set. Both teams efficient here. Wisconsin hitting .364, .320 for Purdue. Sarah Franklin has to readjust Chicoine right there. One more time. And Sarah Franklin misfires. Put the jersey on Chloe Chicoine.
Yeah, point Chicoine, right? She's able to deliver these discs because her feet are stopped at point of contact. I can't stress enough how important that is, and just your grit and your desire to get these balls.
And another ace. John Dell asked by the media if he ever takes Eva Hudson for granted, and he said, me? Absolutely not. I thank God every day she's on our team. She is so steady. You just assume she's gonna have 20 kills every single match. She has worked hard on her serve receive, her defense making progress, and just a special player that he does not forget. Speaking of special, Sarah Franklin, silence in the crowd with that swing.
She heard us. She's like, don't forget about me. You know, stop talking about Eva Hudson so much. Hi, I'm Sarah Franklin.
Let me remind you.
Yeah, let me just tell you what I'm all about here.
Raven Colvin. She has been unstoppable as well, up to 8 kills, hitting over 400.
Yeah, I love that play too. When the pass moves the setter in front, a lot of times setters will go against the grain and set all the way back to the right side pin. I love how she can just flip it right behind her head, and there's her friend, Raven Colvin, getting it done. Big kill.
Sarah Franklin with the answer.
Yeah, no matter where she is, front row or back row, they're gonna find her. Yeah, she doesn't take anything off of it. Take no prisoners, right? Right behind the 10-foot line, turns that foot in so she doesn't step over it and gets the most out of her approach. Which isn't much, by the way. It's only really a 2-step. I know I keep saying it, but I'm really impressed by that.
Jocelyn Boyer into serve. Chicoine gets it over and gets the kill as well.
Purdue is definitely playing as a team right now, and we have the best angle on this because we're we're closest to them, but we see them coming together after every point and really looking at each other in the eyes.
There's a lot of belief with this team. They know what they're playing for. They want to host weekend 1 of the NCAA tournament, secure a top 16 seed. Thomas Ilara and dug by Hudson. From the back row, off the tape and kept up. And a whistle will give that point to Wisconsin. An extra touch.
Yeah, a little delayed call there. Everyone screaming for. Wisconsin expected that point a little bit faster. Watching Temi too on those out-of-system balls, as long as it's high, she can take a good rip. But Purdue's defense is right in her sweet spot. She needs to keep mixing up her range, her shots, so it forces Purdue's defense to take a step, either left or right, for those balls.
Chacoin unloading.
If you're Wisconsin, you have to release very fast. There you see Carter Booth going with the setter, expecting maybe the middle to get set. But no, it's Chloe Chacoin, Devin Robinson trying to reach in. But that set is so fast out to the pin, they're not able to close.
Orzel is stuffed. Lourdes Myers and Anderson have been the super team at the net.
Yeah, it's tough right now for Orzel. That is not the set that she needs against a double block.
An emphatic showing at the net by things in their hands when we look at the Big Ten championship picture. Excellent dig by Hudson. And then Chacoin, too long.
She's going for those high hands. It wasn't a great set. It was inside and died. Chloe's trying to rip those top of those fingers by the Badgers, just didn't get that one. Much needed point for the Red to get out of that rotation 1, which they despise right now.
Sarah Franklin finds the space.
Yeah, part of the game plan for Purdue was to give Sarah Franklin a little bit more line, forcing her to maybe hit a less than powerful shot down the line, but not so much. 18 kills right now for Sarah Franklin.
372 hitting, and Lourdes Myers has been the bread and butter up the middle today. Purdue, the first at 20.
And she's available. She's up. If you're a setter and you see your middle up in your face, chances are you're going to set her.
Franklin once more, superbly done.
Yeah, no adjustment by Purdue right there. Maybe they didn't think she was going to do that twice in a row. You know, they're sticking with their game plan, but right now they need to rotate a little bit more. Chacoin maybe needs to gravitate more towards the right back.
First to 20 has won both sets. And Eva Hudson tooling it off the block.
For the block with Wisconsin, getting your hands up and over a little bit faster against Purdue will go a long way.
Hudson, big swing, big kill late in set 3.
Eva Hudson, again, just getting back far enough so she can really gather her body and hit that cross-court angle.
9 kills in set 3. Devin Robinson able to get that one to fall. And that's just her second kill tonight.
Yeah, just trying to climb out of the basement, right, with those negative numbers. And she can do it. We've seen her firsthand take advantage of an opportunity against Illinois and just really lit it up offensively against the Illini a few weeks ago.
Wisconsin trailing late in the set like they did in number 2. And a service error by the Badgers. Purdue inching closer to set point. That's what you have to deal with in this building.
Absolutely. I mean, the crowd so loud and right behind the server.
Sarah Franklin skies and fires. At the net, won by Wisconsin.
Sarah Franklin's taken charge too. Right in that middle position, she's not backing off.
Hudson, unstoppable. It is set point for Purdue. And there it is. Two.
Together as a team, it's going to make a big difference.
And they'll need to hear a must-win set from the number 3 team in the country to avoid a 2-match losing streak. Franklin and dunked by Skimmerhorn. Chloe Chacoin steps in, and it'll be a point for Wisconsin. Julia Orzel back to serve. And we get a look at Wisconsin's rotation here.
Yeah, right now Wisconsin starting in that row 2, which they started in the last set, and same thing for Purdue. No change. Purdue starting in that rotation 4.
And that last time out as well, we also saw Coach Sheffield not leading it right in the middle.
Yeah, a lot of discussion happens between the sets, and one thing of note is that the conversations with all the coaching staff for Wisconsin definitely talking about rotations and what they need to do to change things up.
Purdue getting on the board in set number 4. And Chloe Chacoin, it feels like when good things are happening for Purdue, she's at the service line. Just 2 aces as a team, but they've been able to pour on the points and go on runs. Nice dig, but Sarah Franklin says, I got it.
Yeah, up at the net being physical. Purdue was able to handle that ball. Wisconsin looking at 3-point pass by Gigi right there, something they need from her every time as a libero, but hanging tough in there, up at the net being physical like they can be. That is Wisconsin's game.
21 kills for Sarah Franklin. And Eva Hudson, a lot of fire down the line. She gets the touch.
Yeah, she responds too, and what they're doing is that fast, flat ball all the way out to the pin, not giving this blocking dynamic team. Wisconsin, what are they, ranked 2nd in the country with blocks per set? They're handling them, and it's because of that fast pace of play.
Outside of the reach of Chacoin, a point for Wisconsin to go up by 2.
Yeah, Sarah Franklin hitting close to 400 right now, 408 actually, with 22 kills, 2 errors. Guess what? 49 attempts.
Incredible performance by Sarah Franklin. They need it here in set 4. Hamill behind her head to Thomas Ailara. Raven Colvin off tape. Thomas Ailara gets it to land.
That's a better shot for Temi, too. First time around, putting the ball right where Purdue's defense is. Second time around, making an adjustment, going high hands, deep along the edge.
She's got 6 kills, 3rd on the Badgers.
Yeah, just watching Coach Sheffield with that Temi kill, he liked it. He's clapping. He knows exactly what they need from her.
Eva Hudson picking up where she left off from set 3.
They're going to be able to stop that Wisconsin, make an adjustment. If you're alone as a pin hitter and they're consistently hitting that cross-court angle, which is basically all they can do on that flat, fast set, you've got to step in as a blocker and take away that shot.
Great set. Thomas Ilara has been the go-to. And Eva Hudson, even better.
Well, Skimmerhorn had that great dig too. Just one step movement, perfect pass up there. Again, another fast play. They almost had it that time, just a little flimsy in the arms, but they set up well.
Look at this battle we're seeing. Hudson and Franklin, 22 kills apiece, trying to take over, lead their teams in this match. That means so much to both of these teams when we look at seeding for the NCAA tournament. Wisconsin battling for a top 4 to host those first 2 weekends. Purdue hoping to be in the top 16. But you bring up the block of Wisconsin, and Carter Booth showing her fire.
Yeah, great read by Carter Booth. Taylor Anderson going against the grain, sending it all the way back to the pin. Carter Booth was able to identify that and track it easily.
Raven Colvin is out of bounds. Point to Wisconsin.
When you set up a good block, Sloan, it forces the other team to try to make adjustments. Sometimes they don't need to, but they feel like they have to, and that's why you see some of the errors that you're seeing now.
Colvin picked up by Guchtikin. Carter Booth is denied. And Raven Colvin takes care of business.
Raven Colvin could be physical at the net, just like a Carter Booth. Kenna Woolard is in there again, doing some nice things in the front row for Purdue.
9 kills for Colvin, second on her team behind Hudson. Multiple Boilermakers on the floor. There was no one else to get that ball.
As a coach, you want to see it, right? You want to see multiple bodies sometimes going for that tip. They don't want that tip to drop. You have to be extremely loud in this gym to call for that ball.
Having Thomas Ilara tools it off the block, out of reach of Skimmerhorn.
And that was aggressive. You know, Temi did not die on that play. She did not bail on that play. She took a full swing when it wasn't a perfect set for her. Take those risks. Those Badgers need to take the risks right now to win this match.
Kenna Woolard, she was fantastic in the second set, playing with a lot of confidence against the number 3 team in the country.
No, I believe that's her 4th kill right now on 10 attempts. Very impressive.
She has really solidified herself as the Big Ten season has developed, even as a freshman. Thomas Ilara, the hot hand.
I like the matchup right now for Temi against Chloe Chacoin. Out there on the pin, a little space between her and Lourdes Myers gives Temi the alley that she needs to score on.
And it's been great for Wisconsin to see this production from Thomas Ilara hitting .316 because the other opposite, and Devin Robinson, still hitting negative at this point. She's been able to pick up some of the slack. And a Woolard as that turned back.
It's a great serve by Izzy Ashburn to develop that play.
Tart on the Fox Sports app. Lourdes Myers, big dig from Guchtikin. And Devin Robinson needed that. She is pumped.
They like this comfort zone, right? This lead that Wisconsin has. Their numbers have climbed, not only in the hitting department, but also the blocking department.
That seems to be what has fueled this run they have. Robinson back to back.
It's a nice ball for her, nice and high. It's up to Devin what she does with that ball. Sometimes out of system or a set, if it's too flat, you know, they're taking what the setter gives. Right now, the ball is nice and high, so she can decide, is she going high over the block or is she gonna pummel it right cross court?
Chloe Chacoin turned away. From the back row, skying in is Franklin and kept off the ground. Devin Robinson getting a lot of swings, but a whistle will give the point to Wisconsin.
Yeah, I believe it was a net call.
Here's Chacoin going over the block, flying in the setter Ashburn. And that leads to a kill by Robinson.
Yeah, Devin's like, okay, I'm back. Forget who I was before in the first couple sets. I'm back. Izzy Ashburn laying out for that ball. Devin Robinson taking her time, making sure she's doing what she needs to do to get that sweet approach and for that big kill.
And that is 3 straight kills for Devin Robinson. She's now hitting 0. Orzel just tips it over so softly, but exactly what she needed to do.
Yeah, a better, a smarter play by Orzel. Instead of trying to take a rip and falling on her backside, she identifies she's got 4 hands in front of her. What can she do? And she played that ball perfectly.
Wisconsin, a 7-0 run. The largest lead any team has had in this match. Quickly up the middle, Myers. And Orzel has been snapping it down the line so well.
And she got some space that time. She definitely had space to work with. Really important as an outside hitter. Izzy lays it up nice and high. And she was able to find that back line.
Make it an 8-0 run.
And Wisconsin's doing a great job of slowing Purdue down offensively. Purdue's numbers are not high at all. They just put in Lizzie Carr right here as an option to try to get out of this rotation 3.
Carr getting the first swing as she steps in. Devin Robinson. Another for Carr, she's into the net, and the run continues for Wisconsin. And they'll just keep sitting in this rotation with Izzy Ashburn, one of the best servers. I mean, really, you could say the best server. She's first in service aces in program history. Second contact not there despite the effort from Franklin, and finally Purdue able to side out.
Yeah, just stop the bleeding, get out of that rotation. Just even trying to find Lizzie Carr, who's cold, comes in off the bench. That's not easy to do. Trying to find 1 point. I've seen this a lot in Big Ten play this year. The amount of runs and how big the runs have been.
Emily Rostovsky also into the game for Purdue, and Robinson takes advantage quickly.
Off of 1 foot, she's able to do that. 1 foot slide off of 2 feet, no matter what. Former middle, very valuable, and that versatility we talked about early on with the Badgers.
You're exactly right with Robinson, though. This is the real Devin Robinson we're seeing in set number 4.
Right, not an imposter.
And the block, but the point to Purdue. It's Rostovsky coming in off the bench.
Right, off the bench, just kind of rotating right side attack. They need somebody out there to add a little spark. Purdue definitely needs to put some points in play so they get some of that mojo back.
Chacoin back at the service line. That's been a good thing for the Boilermakers. Excellent dig. It's Chacoin again. Sarah Franklin, all her might on that swing. And Eva Hudson keeps it in.
Yeah, great touches on the block by Purdue to find this defensive rhythm, something they've been lacking this set.
It's unexpected with how we've seen them perform in sets 2 and 3 to see them fall behind by this much. Off the tape, and Franklin right there to save it. Robinson, it has been her 4th set.
She's got the hot hand, you gotta find her. Really surprised Lourdes Myers doesn't automatically gravitate towards Robinson here. You see her shade to the right a little bit. As a middle blocker, you have to read and react, but sometimes you gotta go to what is given to you, and that's the Badgers are going to Devin Robinson.
Franklin gets the touch. It has been all Wisconsin here in set 4, making a statement.
Yeah, Jocelyn Boyer's in right now, getting a nod. Haven't seen her in a while. That transfer from Iowa, I believe, a couple years ago.
Eva Hudson trying to get back into this match with that swing.
Yeah, just passes up the block, goes for that low angle. Carter Booth is up nice and high. Eva Hudson could just scathe her on the left side. Yeah, she's trying to fire up her team, something she did in the last couple sets.
Hudson finds the space, but it actually went out. Thought that might have been inside.
Just wide. She's going for that right angle. Badgers are all smiles right now. Happy they got this big lead.
Purdue, 6 hitting errors in this set, 0 for Wisconsin, 500 hitting for the number 3 team in the country. Thomas Ilara gets it down.
And Temi coming through big time right now for the Badgers. Finding her own on that right side pin.
Raven Colvin, they've needed more of that in this set.
Even against a double block too, and that was fast. She's up, she's showing herself available and puts that ball away. Passes up the left side blocker, going for that deep hard angle.
Set point for Wisconsin to send it to 5. Up the middle, it is Franklin and denied by Colvin. Eva Hudson, but a point for Purdue.
Yeah, and a block error, net call for the Badgers. Purdue needs to rack up some more points going into the next set.
Doubled up here though by Wisconsin after they were so in control in sets 2 and 3 in those victories. Raven Colvin doesn't get the touch, and Wisconsin takes care of business in set 4. We go to a decisive set 5 here when they desperately needed it. And we'll see how that carries over to set 5 on the road. Devin Robinson came alive in set 4. Eva Hudson, one more swing and turn back. Hudson once more, still kept up. Hudson looking for the termination, but it is Wisconsin standing their ground at the net.
They've started off this match in long rallies in this first point. It really sets the stage. CeCe Crawford setting the stage right now for the Badgers.
Shanked pass and a free ball. Devin Robinson keeping it up.
The distribution by Wisconsin has really stepped up, making it harder for Purdue to figure out where they're going to go.
She has stepped up so well. 0 kills, 6 errors at one point. Franklin takes the long pass, and Lourdes Myers denies her.
She read this really well, out of system, said, hold on to Taylor Anderson. I've got her right here. Point down.
6 blocks for Myers, coming off a match in which she had a career-high 9 in 4. Out of play. And it'll be a point to Purdue.
Just a little ball control error right there. Miscommunication. Raven Colvin's all business up there in that front row.
And over the net, reaching over is Ashburn. That'll be a point for
It's a
Purdue.
tough ball. Gigi put that ball a little too tight for Izzy Ashburn to handle. As you know, it's a 6-2, so the setters are coming out of the back court. If the ball crosses the plane in the net, it's fair game for Purdue, and it's called a back row attack for the Badgers.
Flying in is Ashburn. She's been all over the court. Somehow kept up, but it will be a Wisconsin point after that goes awry on the other side.
Ellie Hornung is flying from the backcourt up by the net just to keep her team alive right now.
Eva Hudson tools it.
Takes advantage of the timing. So the block is there, they're ready to go. It's all timing. Eva Hudson delays, hits an off-speed shot, and clips the elbows of Devin Robinson.
Hudson, 26 kills. New career high for her. Not to mention 59 attempts. Devin Robinson, hard swing. It's Hudson, they'll stick with her.
Don't count out Eva Hudson, but I love the defensive effort by Chloe Chicoine in the backcourt, using her whole length of her body to keep that ball in play.
We'll keep going to Hudson, and she cannot be stopped.
Yeah, she knows it too. Devin Robinson knows it exactly.
And Taylor Anderson at the service line. Carter Booth just can't deny that swing.
Yeah, fight back, respond with a three-point pass. Set your middle to Carter Booth. Back on the board. 2-point swing right now for Purdue. They're still up by 2 points. We got Hamill at the line.
Carter Booth has terminated at the biggest moments. And great effort at the service line by Wisconsin, MJ Hamill.
Yeah, she gives a little wink over to the bench like, I got this. You got to love the confidence out of the senior, not returning to the Badgers roster next year. She wants to make sure she leaves Purdue in a good, leaves this place in a good spot.
Raven Colvin rises above the block and puts it down.
Do you feel like she just was going up on an escalator?
Climbing a ladder.
I mean, that's what I view that as. She went up one level and then she ended up going up another notch to get that tip over the block.
We have seen so many players just make plays. An example right there by Colvin. One more time, but kept up by the Badgers. Excellent defense and hustle, and then the block to ignite this crowd.
Look at that layout by Sarah Franklin. She's saying, no, no, not today. Defense wins big matches. That goes for Raven Colvin, too.
Purdue, the first to 8. Raven Coleman, you can just see her pouring herself, her heart into this match.
Huge step up for her in this leadership role this year for the Boilermakers.
12 blocks tonight, and they are out-blocking Wisconsin, something only one opponent has been able to do this season. Excellent dig by Skimmerhorn.
We haven't said her name that often tonight, but Skimmerhorn is a solid rock back there as a libero defensively.
They're only putting up 12 points in set 4. Off the overpass, Woolard can't put it down. And off hands is Sarah Franklin getting a point when they need it.
Yeah, that's a hard ball to get too. That's a high ball going across the court. Sarah Franklin's got to be very patient. It was a tight set too. Just taking a rip at it and gets that tool.
Badgers need to win tonight to keep their hopes of a Big Ten championship alive, and Franklin back-to-back points, this time at the service line.
And she's got the magic, and that's all I can describe it. It's magic back there. You know, 2 positive points in a row. She slows that arm swing, goes after that tape to get that short ball. A lot of people will say that's lucky. I don't think that's lucky.
Hits the tape once more. Raven Colvin skying. Can't get it to fall. And Sarah Franklin, a one-woman wrecking crew with how she's picking up point after point.
And I think it's really smart right now as Shondell taking this timeout. They have to slow down the Badgers.
Sarah Franklin single-handedly getting her team. Chloe Chacoin slams it down.
So confident. Set me the ball, Taylor. I'm up there ready to go. She is that is a first tempo ball, Sloan. That's something a middle does. She's up there. The timing of that is impeccable.
Getting her shoulders and chest above the tape. Excellent swing to respond right back by the Badgers. We're back to a 1-point difference.
It doesn't matter. Sarah Franklin's on the court. Badgers are always going to be in the hunt.
Excellent effort by Chicoine. She's been all over this match, but it is the Badgers who will tie it up.
The momentum shifts in this game so often, especially when you're playing at such a high level. And they're outstanding right now. This is excellent volleyball.
Wisconsin out of sorts, but keeping it up. On the slide, it's Lourdes Myers and dug by Franklin in the back row. Kenna Woolard wants that swing. Up the middle with Myers once more. Chicoine over the block. And the call confirmed as you can hear from the crowd. Significant. And Coach Sheffield losing that challenge. Teams get an extra one for the fifth, not exceeding 2.
Right, great challenge to take though. You need to take it, especially now.
Hornung drops that off a table. And Sarah Franklin demolishing that ball.
Yeah, exactly where you wanted to put it, right? Sarah Franklin went straight on to Eva Hudson. I know she wants that ball back. Just the heat of the ball, even Hudson was not able to absorb that.
Chicoine forces it over and finds the floor.
She sees it. She's got great vision too, and listening to her teammates. The game plan, what's available, what's open, the middle of the court. They expect her to attack every time. Well-placed tip.
She looks completely unfazed by this moment, trying to take down the number 3 team in the country that has lost just 2 times the entire year. Orzel can't get through that block. Eva Hudson, a big rip and a free ball. Eva Hudson looking for that touch, but it's ruled a Wisconsin point. They're looking over to Coach Shondell. He immediately is going to challenge this play.
Yeah, they're definitely challenging on the touch ball right here. Off of Devin Robinson's hands.
Did that hit the fingertips of Devin Robinson?
They were very confident when it happened.
Looking for any movement, any bit of the fingers of that right hand. Liz leaning into the monitor, glasses on.
Yeah, I think I need a stronger magnifying glasses here, a stronger script.
Well, still under review, tied at 12. This might be a good look too.
Just scratch the surface. It's going to be tough to overturn because the original call was out.
To the moment. And the call will stand. So successful there.
Yeah, not enough evidence to overturn by the officials.
Ruled an attack error by Eva Hudson. She's got 28 kills tonight to go along with 11 digs. Hudson. Big dig by Gutschtikin. And Chloe Chicoine. Is anyone surprised anymore that she's right there? Devin Devin Robinson, all out fire on that swing.
Yeah, good night, right? Devin Robinson had a nice pressure here. No pressure at all.
Eva Hudson, a big rip.
There's a touch call that they wanted. No fear in that swing.
No fear from her, no fear from Chicoine. Future is now in this program with those two. Caroline Crawford with the answer.
Yeah, she answered. I'm really surprised they didn't go to Franklin on that. Their go-to, giving CeCe Crawford an opportunity.
Match point. Raven Colvin will extend this set.
Great swing by Raven, just getting up fast and able to deliver for the Boilermakers.
14 kills, 345 hitting. Outstanding performance by the Big Ten Player of the Week. Here's another freshman, Anderson, to serve. Look at that dig by Skimmerhorn. Chased down by Franklin, still up. Skimmerhorn wanted it. And Hudson with the big swing once more. Now Purdue with match point.
स्टूडियो खोरी पाकर
झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे ना मिली मजा तो खूब गोरियाई रे ना मिली मजा तो खूब गोरियाई रे जैसा ढेर हमारा मिली हार जाई रे, तोरा जैसा ढेर हमारा मिली हार जाई रे, तोरा जैसा ढेर हमारा मिली हार जाई रे। झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे, झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे, भतार तोर भतार तोर भतार तोर खाई रे।
म्यूजिक बाय सुकेश राय।
झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे। केतन भतार लगे बनबे पवित्र, जान जाई सब तोरा का पावे भीतर, जान जाई सब तोरा का पावे भीतर। केतन भतार लगे बनबे पवित्र, जान जाई सब तोरा का पावे भीतर। सन जे बिहारी से ते करबे ना सगाई रे, सन जे बिहारी से ते करबे ना सगाई रे, ज्योति सुकेश जी से करबे ना सगाई रे। झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे, झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे।
सत्यम रिकॉर्डिंग स्टूडियो खोरी पाकर।